Coming up, a cement mixing accident kills one. Police find a buried body in Marion County. And just how difficult is it to become a U.S. Marine? Find out in part 2 of Training for War right now.
You're watching WPDE News Channel 15 at 11 with Allison Floyd, Jim Heath, weather with meteorologist Ed Piotrowski, and sports with Rich Krampanis. And now, the Grand Strand and PD's #1 source for local news, WPDE News Channel 15.
We begin on a tragic note this evening as an 18-year-old Horry County man was killed this afternoon when he was caught in a small cement mixer.
The Occupational Health and Safety Administration has been called in to investigate the accident. 18-year-old Chad Edward Steffi of Longs was working with a crew on an addition at this home in the Plantation Point subdivision on Arundel Drive. Police say around 3:30 this afternoon, Steffi was mixing cement when he was pulled into the small mixer. OSHA's report on the accident should be released in a few weeks. Horry County Coroner Robert Edge says an autopsy will be performed tomorrow morning, and that's when they should know more about how Steffi died.
A body was discovered in Marion County this morning, buried 6 feet deep in a wooded area. A tip to the Horry County Police led authorities to Thomas Road near the Pineland Country Club in Marion. The sheriff's office says investigators found a fresh pile of dirt and they began to dig. 6 feet below, they found a body and they believe it could be a black man. Marion authorities are now looking through missing person cases to help find clues as to who this person may be.
Yes, here in Marion County, we don't have many that we can review, so it's very narrow for us already.
The body will be examined at the Medical University in Charleston. Horry County Police said there is a Grand Strand connection to this case, but they will not say what that is. Now to Timminsville, where authorities say a man found dead this morning died in a car accident last night. Highway Patrol found the wrecked car on Mount Carmel Road this morning. Cops believe 30-year-old William English of Lynchburg ran off the road and hit a tree about 10 p.m. last night. Police believe English died on impact.
There's good news in 2 updates we have for you now. The first concerns a man who was brutally attacked by his pet water buffalo. That attack happened at this farm in Darlington County Sunday evening. Police say 60-year-old Johnny Godley was gored several times by his water buffalo. Tonight, though, Godley does remain in critical condition in a trauma unit, but officials said he is showing signs of improvement. And last night, we showed you this man's picture and said Myrtle Beach police were told to be on the lookout for him and the 11-year-old Minnesota girl authorities believe he kidnapped. Well, late last night, 11-year-old Cindy Bruno was found alive with Antonia Andrade in Utah. An Amber Alert had been put out for Bruno. Myrtle Beach police still are not sure what information led to them being told to keep a lookout for the two.
The list of 3 candidates for the public safety director's job in Surfside Beach has now been narrowed down to 1.
Clyde Merriman. Merriman is a 35-year FBI veteran who's been based in Myrtle Beach for the past 4 years. Town Administrator Michael Kovacs interviewed 3 finalists, including officers from Florence and Gastonia, before making Merriman his top choice. Town Council will now make the final decision on the hiring, and they'll take that up at their next meeting on Tuesday. Well, imagine weeks without a shower, carrying around heavy gear and getting very little sleep.
The physical challenges of war are monumental, and last night we showed you how the Marines prepare for those physical challenges.
But often it's the mental challenges that are even harder to overcome. And tonight, Team 15's Kyle Grainger returns with his Team 15 special report, Training for War. Kyle?
Well, we've talked about how the physical challenges can be challenging enough, but oftentimes it's the mental ones that might be even tougher to overcome. On the battlefield, the Marines want to be prepared for everything, so in addition to training the body, they play with the mind.
It's grueling to build confidence. It's challenging to teach discipline. It's 13 weeks of sheer torture to build skills for survival. And often it's the mental challenges that are more difficult to overcome than the physical. But the end result is a United States Marine. Welcome to Paris Island, South Carolina. This is where Marines are made. Here, more than 4,000 men and women get their first taste of what war is like. It's 6 a.m. The sounds of battle are the wake-up call.
It's tiring. It's a lot more tiring today because not a lot of sleep last night, only a few MREs, and that's about it.
This isn't a recreational swim. It's more training. Here, future Marines have to learn to move in heavy gear that weighs nearly 50 pounds. Try moving through the water carrying that. The resistance is exhausting. Even the best swimmers can struggle. and lose faith in their ability to complete the task.
Here in the Crucible, recruits spend 54 hours in the wilderness. They have to overcome many obstacles, including physical and mental challenges, combined with little food, little rest. The same challenges facing Marines at war.
While they are in the Crucible, they face many challenges. In this scenario, Marines must solve a puzzle, figuring out how to move every member of their crew from one side to the other.
The actual obstacles that you have to accomplish, because it's not really physically as challenging as it is mentally. It's more mentally challenging than anything.
These recruits may not be in a live firefight, but they must act as though they are. In real life, failure to complete a task can result in death. To succeed, they must use every tool available to survive.
In combat, they're going to be working off the same temperatures. It's going to be hot out. It's going to be daggone. They're going to have the fatigue mentally, physically, and then they're also going to have to complete a lot of missions that are not as much as these ones are here, but are as mental to keep their Marine team alive.
Now, part of the reason that the Crucible is so challenging is because they get very little food. Right here, we've got 3 MREs. Now, in a 3-day period, they only get 2.5 MREs. So just take a little bit of food away and you can see just how much they get. And part of what this does is teach them survival.
And so that's for 3 days.
For 3 days.
That's all the
you
food you
get.
get.
That's all you get. You have to learn how to ration it out so that if your supply truck doesn't come, you can make it last and survive.
I'll tell you what, I've been on this strict diet for the last 3 weeks. I haven't had a thing to eat. Pass that on down
Yeah.
here. And let's
Okay,
check
take it.
Go ahead.
Which one is this?
That's the
That is the
chicken
chicken and
noodle.
noodles.
Chicken and noodles?
Yeah.
This is what our brave men and women in the military are eating?
And it's made in Marion County,
Really?
just down the road. Yeah,
How you
not
like
bad.
that?
Very good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kyle.
All right, thanks a lot,
Leave the
Kyle.
rest of it, too.
Yeah, left him with dinner anyway.
You know somebody that would really love this?
I know who would really love it.
Wish you were here, Ed.
I wish I was right there with you, man. That stuff is good.
Yeah.
I'm
It was
telling you, it's
pretty
a lot
good.
better than it used to be, that's for sure. Not that I was ever in the military, but from what my dad told me anyway. Let's take a look at the satellite and Doppler radar out here. Not much going on. Quite a few high clouds across our area, but no rain anywhere and no rain anticipated overnight tonight. Let's take a look at live pinpoint weather net from your hometown now. And we're in the mid-70s everywhere, including Myrtle Beach, Murrells Inlet, Conway, and Florence. Winds for the most part are fairly light, and they will continue to be light overnight tonight. More live pinpoint weather data for you coming up a little bit later on. Your forecast for early tomorrow morning, plenty of sunshine, just a few high clouds, temperatures in the upper 60s to around 70. Looks like another hot day coming up, so get out early and do the running to work that food off, Jim.
All right, will do. Thanks, Ed. Well, in other news, a large tornado swept through central Oklahoma, flattening dozens of homes, scattering cars, and knocking out power to thousands.
The twister moved through in a scene eerily similar to a devastating twister that hit the same area just 4 years ago. ABC's Heather Cabot, she has the latest tonight from Oklahoma City.
The twister tore through central Oklahoma just as commuters started home from work. At 5 p.m., the violent storm blew cars off the road, ripped rooftops off homes, and scattered glass and debris through neighborhood streets.
I was about 2 miles away when the tornado crossed I-35 around Crossroads. It was really dark, very high winds, heavy rain. We have an overturned bus on I-35 in the Moore area. We've got numerous vehicles on their tops. We do have troopers that are in different areas say that they see all types of structural damage and some injured people.
But the devastation didn't end there. 15 minutes later, the tornado touched down in Moore, about 15 miles south of Oklahoma City. It slammed into a General Motors plant along Interstate 240, leaving a car carrier burning in its wake. Then it flattened a bank. The tornado finally hit Tinker Air Force Base, where those on site had been warned to hunker down. Local emergency officials say people were injured, but they haven't confirmed how many. Now, as the skies clear, families emerge to check on their neighbors and to survey what's left of their homes, all of their belongings strewn in every direction. For some, this scene is all too familiar. It was only 4 years ago that another funnel cloud wreaked havoc on this state, and F5 killed 44 people. Heather Cabot, ABC News.
A Lake City man's been appointed to a post in the Bush administration. Moot Trueluck is now the director of the tobacco division of the U.S. Farm Service Agency within the Department of Agriculture. Trueluck is a farmer who will now promote tobacco and agriculture interests in our state and throughout the country. And congratulations to him.
Mr. Trueluck.